everybody. Welcome back to Around the Emirates podcast with Sara Mousa, where I speak to guests from across UAE about topics you want to hear about. Today, I have the honor of being joined by Farhan Junaid. Hi, Farhan.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here. So, I invited Farhan to be on the show today because he is founder of viewit, which is also known as the TikTok of real estate. That sounds really badass. Please tell me your story and what this is all about.
So, as you mentioned, it's a TikTok of real estate. The problem we wanted to solve was going for property viewings was a very arduous process for a lot of clients and for agents, especially considering agents are all on commission. And unless they sell or rent, they don't earn that month. So, every listing is a video tour, which gives you a much better understanding of the property, and it sort of serves as the first viewing experience. And secondly, we wanted to put it in a format which people engage with today, which is the sort of TikTok, Instagram Reels format, and people are stuck to those platforms. We just wanted to bring that experience or sort of push the real estate experience to 2.0 with the TikTok of real estate.
I don't think I've ever heard of a platform that does this. Obviously, creating something that's so unique in this way in the UAE must have come with its own challenges too.
Yeah, so it took us a while. We started in 2020, just when COVID hit. I ran a real estate agency, and I we couldn't do viewings because, if you remember, lockdown was very severe. So we were sending videos of properties to our clients, and they would literally book them sight unseen. So they would send us a deposit over online banking, and the deal would be done. So we would do less effort and make the same amount of money. Then I said, well, this should be a more prevalent way of doing things. We looked on the other portals in the region. We saw that less than 5% of the listings are video or immersive in any way. So we decided to build one that's fully immersive, where every listing is a video tour. So yeah, we started in 2020, and then I kind of just ran with it for 3 years. I self-funded. I built it largely myself and with a couple of other folks. And then 23, we got into Techstar Chicago, which is a very big US accelerator program. We had to fly to Chicago, do our demo and all this kind of stuff, raise some money. And then we came back, and we've just been building ever since.
It is so cool how you've been able to like combine your real estate experience with developing this entire platform as well. Like they're two almost completely different like skill sets, right? And you've been able to do that and honestly like being able to like fly to the States and get, involved in an accelerator program and come this far, like that's amazing. And I'm sure that there's, I mean, has there been a moment where you really felt like, wow, like this is really changing, this is like really heading, shooting off, this is exactly where, where we're heading right now?
That's a great question. Every startup founder at seed stage asks himself that question every single day. Yes and no. So there's a push and a pull. What they teach you at these accelerator programs is, are you building something that customers really want? Now, you can either start off and have this idea and then build it out and then see if people like it, which is what we did. The correct way to do it is go to a bunch of users, the users that you want to talk, that want to use your platform. Ask them these questions like, would you use it? Which circumstance would you use it under? And is it useful to you? So that's the other way of doing it. We didn't do it that way. So we built it out. Some customers like it. You have to change user behavior. So the way agents currently work is that they go to a property, they take pictures like this, and then they move forward to list them on conventional platforms. We have to get them to start taking videos. So it's already started with younger generation like yours. But with the elder generation like mine, they're taking a little bit more time to adapt. So yeah, those are the challenges I would say.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite thing about Vivid?
I think I love doing shoots. I love to get people on video. So agents didn't really have okay, their voice was kind of diluted. So if they put, they do videos, they put it on Instagram and TikTok and so on. They're among millions of other content creators. But on our platform, it's only focused solely on real estate. So I like to bring that experience to a platform that we've built and that we genuinely want agents to engage with, and customers more often than not. So that's what brings me the most happiness. And building out new products. So if you check out the site, viewit.ae, shameless plug, you'll see we have got a bunch of stuff. We've got a virtual AI agent. We've got a valuation tool. We've got a bunch of stuff. So check it out.
Well, I tell you what, we love shameless plugs on Around the Emirates podcast, and that's also why you're here. So kudos to you for harnessing that opportunity. That is
Thank
a
you.
really interesting way to like to almost complete revolutionize the viewing experience, right? So you're harnessing a platform that is obviously kind of up and coming, especially when it comes to like younger generations. At the same time, you're almost bringing like adulthood or the older generation into that by bringing in essentially the what is an adult experience but for a younger generation. So it's so cool how you've been able to like take a platform like TikTok. Like this isn't Instagram, for example, this isn't Facebook, this is TikTok, right? It just shows like the power of social media. And I'm curious for those out there who are looking to develop their own product in a similar way or kind of use their skills for something a bit beyond kind of like the day-to-day operations of their 9 to 5. What word of advice would you have for them?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, is talk to your customer before you start building. This is we did do that. I mean, I had 20 years of experience almost before I started this project. So I brought my own feedback and my own challenges that I wanted to solve. So I kind of built it for myself in a way. But you want to build tools for people in the real world. So talk to them. That is the main whether you go to Y Combinator, Techstars, all these big accelerator programs, any VC in the world, say talk to your customer and build something that people want. That's literally the tagline of YC. So that would be my advice. And yeah, and start cheap. So yeah, don't spend a lot of money. Ideally, you want to have a pull in the market as opposed to a push. So people should ideally, I mean, this is ideal, is it should be word of mouth. People say, "Oh, this is the best thing in the world. I can't live without it. This is download it today." So that's ideal. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I really appreciate you sharing such an interesting and different story. I mean, a lot of people now are probably thinking, wow, what else can I do with TikTok? Apart from like viewing real estate, like how else can I use TikTok for my own business? So thank you so much for sharing those anecdotes. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Check out the website and download the app. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much for your time, Farhan.
Thank you.